was great timing. Welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show. I'm One Bar with a very disgusting Lupagus.
I don't know. There's like a bit of turkey in that burp. Something came out of me. It's weird. Yeah, today we're going to talk about 4 scenarios where the Vikings could trade back in the 2021 draft from pick 14. And before we talk about the scenarios, just everybody seems so hell-bent on the Vikings trading back and getting that second-round pick back. Let's not just trade back to trade back. There's got to be a reason to do it. Don't just do it to get the second-round pick back. And even look at like round 3. The Vikings barely ever pick in that round. They always trade down. So let's just let the draft happen. But if there's a good reason to trade down, they definitely should look at doing it. And these are the ways they may actually pursue that option.
Yeah, and I want to be very clear. I am one of those people that want to trade back. I want that second-round pick back. I need that second-round pick back. Unless there's a guy like Kwity Paye, Greg Russo staring at us right in our shitholes, I want to trade back.
Your pants down. You watch the draft with your butthole?
We need a lot of help. Offense, defensive line. We're going to need some early picks, so I'm all for it. But like I said, if the guy's there, take him.
All right. Well, good.
All right, let's look at 4 ways we could trade back and possibly get that second-round pick. You want to start us off here?
Yeah, some of these are more specific than others. I'm going to pick one of those specific ones right now. Tight end Kyle Pitts is still on the board.
Kyle Pitts is still on the board. That sounds fantastic because there's going to be teams that want him. And Kyle Pitts, he's one of the best tight ends to come out of the draft in quite a while. He shouldn't be on the board at pick 14. But, so you got guys like the Patriots, Cardinals. There are teams out there that need tight ends, and with the Patriots right behind us, there's a team out there that really wants him. We're in the perfect spot for them to trade up, snipe the Patriots, give us that second-round pick.
Yeah, it sets up perfectly. And even look at the Jets, who have I think they had the Jets had the Seattle pick. I mean, they could move up, and get a guy like Kyle Pitts. How much would that help Sam Darnold in year 2 or 4 or 6, whatever the fuck he's in? Getting that kind of guy, I mean, huge option in the passing game, safety valve, quarterback's best friend kind of a player. So a lot of teams are going to want this guy. The Baltimore Ravens, another team, they always seem to draft a tight end every single year. Tons of options. So the phone could be ringing off the hook if Kyle Pitts is still on the board at 14 because you damn well know the Patriots are very interested in him at 15.
Yeah, I'm going to be pulling for guys like him to be there. What would be interesting if he is there and also the Vikings don't trade back and they take Kyle Pitts. What do you think about them apples?
No, that's that's the one thing we should talk about. The tight end's one of the positions I'm about 98.9% sure the Vikings will not take in round 1. Even if they don't keep Kyle Rudolph, you still got Irv Smith Jr., you got Tyler Conklin, who I feel is really coming on, and Brandon Dillon is still a quality tight end. I do like Brandon Dillon, so I think you got 3 you can work with. You do not have to take Kyle Pitts, so it doesn't mean they won't do it, but you don't have to do it.
Yes, and there's teams at the back end of this draft that are just a tight end away. They need a tight end. They need a young tight end that will help them get them over the hump. This is beautiful. Kyle Pitts, please be there at pick 14.
Mm-hmm. All right, give me the second scenario.
All right, second scenario, kind of on the same lines. Quarterbacks. We know that there's a handful of quarterbacks that are going to be taken probably within the first 15 picks. And if there's a quarterback on the board, as much as some Vikings fans might say, oh, we need a quarterback, we're not taking a quarterback. There's teams that will definitely want a quarterback, and definitely like a Kyle Pitts, the value is there. And also, just like we just said, the Patriots, again, are a team right behind us that will want a quarterback.
It's like the perfect team to have behind you as a Patriots because they need a tight end, they need a quarterback. I'm actually gonna disagree with you because I am one of those guys who I would take a quarterback there, assuming it's anybody but Mac Jones. Don't want him because I think he's just Kirk Cousins 2.0. You look at him with his shirt off, he looks like me with his shirt off, no muscle definition.
I doubt that.
No, I think I might look better with my shirt off than he did.
I don't believe it.
Have you seen the picture?
Yes.
It's horrifying. It's gross. But, and then the question about him is, can he succeed without all those weapons? So he's the one guy, if he's there in teams, if the draft goes 4 or 5 quarterbacks in a row, Mac Jones is the best option at 14. And there's a team behind that's very, very desperate, wants to get ahead of the Patriots to take him. I would be so open to moving down because I am not interested.
Yeah, I'm, as great as it sounds, as sexy as it sounds, we still have Kirk Cousins under contract. I'm not on the quarterback train, regardless who's there. I want to trade back And I'm hoping like a Trey Lance somehow falls.
Well, and there's mocks very popular going around where Justin Fields is falling, and I just don't see it happening. I think every year it seems like these draft gurus, they get amnesia and they go back to the old routine of misevaluating these athletic quarterbacks. I mean, Lamar Jackson was a last pick in the first round. He's been successful. Guys like that, where they just it's happening again with Fields. So I feel like the proof's there. These guys can succeed in the NFL. Herbert last year, even just he was getting knocked. There was times you see him going in the 20s in mock. So I don't know what it is. If I'm a quarterback needy team, I'm pulling the trigger on one of these guys. If I get a chance that I'm picking the top 14 picks. So
some might say the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, it is. Have you
and
ever?
We mentioned the Patriots, but what's even better about this are the teams behind us that need quarterbacks. You look at Washington, you look at Indianapolis, you look at possibly Pittsburgh. There are teams that need a young cornerback, and lucky for us, they're picking behind us.
Well, it ain't possibly Pittsburgh. It's definitely Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh is a team that has proven they are not afraid to move up for a guy they want. That could even be a linebacker like Devin Bush. It doesn't matter.
Devin who?
Bush.
Thank you. Continue.
Bush. Yeah. So definitely possibility there. So we'll see what quarterback falls. There's a good chance one of them is still on the board when the Vikings are on the clock. So very exciting. Another option is this. Let's say the Vikings are looking at an offensive lineman and there's about 4 guys there that they like a lot, equal grades on. If there's that many guys there, move down. I'm going to call this the Jeff Gladney scenario because I feel that's what happened last year at pick 25. They like Gladney. They probably liked who else was there? There's a lot of corners with the same kind of grade Gladney had.
I think they liked Mr. Fulton.
They moved back to 30 and they still got Gladney. So I think if the situation happens with like an old lineman, Slater, Darrisaw, if Wyatt Davis is somehow healthy and gets his stock back up, you realize you're gonna get one of those guys by sliding back a few picks. Then you maybe start calling around and see if you can move down.
Yeah, there's once you get to like pick 15, pick 16, there's about 3 or 4 offensive tackles that are kind of neck and neck. So if they, for some reason, have offensive tackle in the brain, which I hope they don't, then yes, they would trade back. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, like Slater can play anywhere. You know, Wyatt Davis is a guard, and that's the decision the Vikings have to make heading into the draft. Is Ezra Cleveland staying at guard, or is he going to be the left tackle? So they got to make that 100% known in-house, in camp, and go with it. So they got to figure that out before the draft even gets rolling here.
Yeah, so a nice, as one of my good friends once said, a conglomeration of prospects that they have the same grade on. Get your asses back.
Did Sneaky Joe say that?
Yeah, he was talking about a conglomeration of pool balls at the landing. He said, I'm going to break up this conglomeration.
It's been wasted.
He was. All right, what's the last one? Final, the number 4 reason the Vikings could trade back.
Cupboard is bare. It's a worst case scenario situation where everybody you want is gone. No edge rushers, no D tackle, no offensive lineman. It's a nightmare draft. We always talk about every year, nightmare scenario. That happens. Move the hell back.
Yeah, and some guys have to be there that other teams want, obviously, to trade up. But if we stand pat and we can't find a trade partner, and all of a sudden we're taking, I don't know, Jalen Mayfield, I'm going to be upset and I'm going to slam beer after beer after beer. So yeah, absolutely. If even if the trade, even if it isn't exactly what we want, but we know we can still get the guy we need 4 or 5, 6 picks later, get your ass back there.
Yeah,
get some picks.
In that situation, Rick Spielman's got to be the aggressor. I mean, you got to know as the draft's unfolding, like, holy shit, everybody we want is going to be gone. Let's get on the phones. Let's see what we can do and move back. And there's some good talent, later in the first round. That's where guys like Jay Tufele could come out the board. Christian Barmore, again, the guy who I love, you love. I'm not sure where he's going to end up. If 14
in purple, that's where he's going to end up, asshole.
Well, it's possible you can move down and get him. So a lot of good talent there. So yeah, if that happens, I'm Rick Spielman. I'm calling everybody.
Well, The fact is, regardless if it's in the first round, second round, third round, it might be in every damn round. You know, we're going to be wheeling and dealing. We're not going to be trading. And this year, I think out of all of the years, is definitely a year to keep an eye on in round one as far as when trading back.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. You mentioned Quiddy Pay. If he's there, then you no doubt. After that, right now it's January 14th. It is still very, very early. We are in the, the draft season was just shat out of draft mama from the front.
It's just a wee bit seed.
Yeah, no, I know. I think it's been birthed. It's just got some placenta on it. It's crying right now. We're at the thing, the blanket put under the incubator for a while, but very early.
Swaddle. Great tip for all you new fathers out there. Swaddling works well.
Were you a good swaddler?
I was a very good swaddler, to the point where maybe a little too tight.
Yeah, I think with your second one, there's something wrong there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, those are the 4 scenarios where the Vikings could look to trade back. Again, don't force it. Don't trade back just to trade back.
I want to trade back.
I'm not interested in that. I am interested in this little tidbit, though. Did you know there's actually something called foreign accent syndrome? This is a brain disorder that causes the sufferer to speak in a foreign language accidentally and involuntarily.
À la piscine. Come to the pelle.
Just with the accent, actually.